It's like I still cared about him and I didn't want nothing bad to happen to him.
You both remember me telling you all the time, this is not how a relationship is supposed to be.
I would lie to my mom. It was really hard for me to go through that alone.
It was tearing me apart that my kids weren't acting as though they were even related. It was really hard on me having a conversation with Taylor, not having one with you, you not asking about your sister, you not asking about your brother, knowing that you guys love each other, and I kept telling you, you're all you have. If something happens to me or your dad, you all you have. You don't have anything else. So to see that video and to see you guys come together right now, my heart is overflowing right now.
Well, yeah, I definitely think that it was a conversation that we should have had, and I tried my best to not necessarily put you guys in the middle of it, but I think that we got a lot accomplished and a lot on the table. But I know that one of the things that Taylor and I talked about was the reasons that we haven't talked, and I know that you were affected by a lot of the things similarly on why we weren't talking. So I know that she was going to share some of the details with us on exactly that situation and kind of like what transpired that kind of caused that rift. Do you have any questions you want to start off with for her?
What was it that made you choose someone over family?
So, like I told Skeeter in the video, that I was young. He was the first person to actually really like me, and he was just saying, you know, after him and Skeeter got into an argument, he was saying either, you know, you're gonna talk to me or you're gonna be with me or you're gonna talk to your family. And me, like I said, me being young and thinking like, oh well, I finally have a boyfriend, like I've been wanting to have a boyfriend, it just kind of was like, I guess I'm gonna just, you know, stay with you, not really thinking about how it was gonna affect me and Skeeter in the long run.
Well, not just me, I also feel like it was a lot with the broader family too. So mom, dad, he had an issue with everyone. Yeah. Was it like any reason why?
I just know, like, I guess in certain situations, like if somebody got into it, then that's what caused everything. Like once we found out I wasn't a virgin, that's when he started having problems with dad because dad said I couldn't be around him anymore. I'm not sure what was the whole big reason, like if he had any problems with mom because she was doing who would bring me over there to see him. I'm not sure like what his main focus was. I think it was just to probably just to like
control you.
Yeah, give me just all to him. And, you know, not have, because even to this day, he would say, you always let your family get in your head. I think, you know, he would say, you letting your family get in your head, you letting them have us having problems. I guess, like mom said, it's kind of like a control thing.
And one thing that he said that resonates with me is she went home one day after coming to visit and he told her, you coming back here sounded just like your mama.
I don't remember exactly what I said that sounded like you, but I know like I think we were probably like bickering, not really arguing, and I said something and he was like, man, you know, you sound just like your mama right now. That's something your mama would probably say. And I was like, what do you mean? And he never really told me. He just kept saying, you just sound like your mama, you doing too much. I guess like you being around her too much, you starting to act like her. I was like, well, it is my mom. Like,
did you ever notice that it was a situation where you started to come around less because of that, or did it just seem like did you know that you were starting to pull away, or did you not realize that in the time?
In the time, I didn't realize it. It was just as if like, I don't know, I guess like because we were doing a lot of stuff with his family, I wasn't realizing that I wasn't spending as much time with my family. Like sometimes I'd be like, well dang, I haven't talked to my mom, I haven't talked to my dad today. It wasn't really as bad as it actually was.
Do you have regrets being that you were the cool mom, I guess, and would bring her over, so even after we felt like he wasn't good for her, did you ever feel like you were caught in between making Taylor happy and like what me and dad would say, or situations like that you look back on and you...
I look back on the fact that I trusted Taylor to do the right thing, and even though she may have been making bad decisions, I would let her know I'm not 100% behind this, but I'm trying to let you find your own way. But she would tell you all the time. I would tell her, I don't like doing this. I'm not behind you on this. You deserve somebody better than this. but you have to sometimes just let them fall. You don't want to, but when it gets to the point where they're not listening, you just have to let go.
What do you feel like was like the roughest part for you?
I think the roughest part was distancing myself from family, because I started to realize it afterwards, but it was just like, you know, you're trying to make somebody happy. And I don't know, because he would always say, we may not be married, but we still together. Like basically he came first. And he would always say that, and it kind of like just sit in my head like, well, we are in a relationship, and I guess that he's supposed to come first. So it was just like anything he would say, I would just go behind it, because I was trying to have a respectful relationship, because I wanted him to show me respect like I was showing him respect.
I would tell her all the time that the things she was going through, I went through with her dad, and I didn't want her to go through the same issues I had, and just deal with all that drama all the time. You're beautiful, you're young enough to stop it. You know, I stayed for the wrong reason. I thought it would be better for me to stay because I had 2 kids. That was a mistake, because obviously she's looking or found somebody just like her dad, and it hurts my heart because I feel responsible. It's my fault, because maybe if I'd have left earlier, you wouldn't have followed suit or thought that's how a relationship was supposed to be. But I know you both remember me telling you all the time, this is not how a relationship is supposed to be. I would say that like every day, but I still feel responsible.
I know you probably feel that way, but you're not responsible, because even though you said it, I seen it, but I still decided to. I knew what I was doing was like, obviously me being in this relationship has caused me family issues and even with friends, but I still decided to stay because I was just trying to, I guess, have somebody, like have a person that's just for me, I guess. That's how I feel.
Looking back on all that you went through during the time that you were with him, like, have you always been honest about everything that's happened?
I mean, on some stuff.
What do you feel like was something that you should have been like, I should have walked away at this point?
Wait, okay, so he would like push me and stuff and like get all in my face and like maybe like push my face away from, like just do stuff like that. And I should have known then that this wasn't okay, but I just thought maybe it'll get better if we just worked it out.
So all the times I would ask you if he put his hands on you and you would tell me no.
So what do you feel like was the final straw for you?
Whenever I just seen that it wasn't getting better, like he stopped, you know, tried to go to church. Well, we were going to church, we were consistently going to church, and I thought, okay, maybe this will be better. You know, he's gonna find God, we're both gonna find God, things will get better. I guess abuse stopped, verbal abuse did. Like just, you know, I could say something like, Taylor, shut up, like you sound stupid, like stuff like that. I just feel like, you know, everybody knows me as his wife or his girlfriend. It's like I don't have my own voice, I don't have my own, you know, name in this world, because everybody just knows me as, oh, that's his wife.
What made you decide to finally leave?
When I just seen that it wasn't getting better, nothing I could do would get better. He would put me out, bleaching clothes, throw my stuff out, put my stuff on the side of the road, and everything got taken, and I had to start from scratch buying new clothes. And it's like, you know, all that just kept building up inside. It's like I've always wanted to leave, I just didn't. It's like I don't know if I was just scared, because that's the only person I ever been with. I just wanted to leave, and I never did until now. And I feel like it made me cold-hearted kind of. Now, like, you know, he could text me saying all this stuff, and it's like I don't even care. Like, you could be crying, you can do all this stuff, but I don't care because you did worse to me.
Did you ever feel like if you left, you wasn't going to have our support because of the distance that was made?
Yeah.
So you feel like if you wanted to come home, we wouldn't?
I mean, I knew I could, but I just felt like it would have been like, we told you he wasn't good for you. You know, we've been saying this, and I don't know, I guess it was just my pride getting in the way that I didn't want to hear, I told you so.
It surprises me that you didn't feel comfortable enough to leave, or to know that you had support from everyone, because we were reaching out, we were fighting for you. At one point, I just had to like throw my hands up and give up, like Mom said, because it was just not give up on you, but just give up on trying to change your mind on something that I couldn't get through to you on. And I feel like that was very different for me, because growing up, Mom would come to me and be like, talk to your sister, to talk some sense into her, and I can have a conversation with you. And I feel like it would be, you would understand it coming from me, just like you would understand something coming from your siblings different than you would your parents. In that moment, or for that duration of time, I couldn't get through to you, which was very frustrating for me, because I wasn't used to that. To know that that's like what you were going through, like, it's heartbreaking. It makes me really mad. Nobody should ever have to go through that. And again, I said said in our last video that I wanted it to be a space where you felt like you could come and talk to us even though we were on bad terms, and to know that it's a possibility that you stay longer just because you didn't want to hear I told you so kind of bothers me. Because regardless, I don't feel like we would have reacted that way. Even now, it's just excitement, and we're happy for you to start a new journey. But I feel like it's really hard to be there for someone when the door isn't open, and when it's not a pathway in. And I fought as much as I could, physically, verbally. Like I went like to where I could have got in trouble, Jarius could have got in trouble, because we were driving hours to come and defend you and defend someone, and I felt like at that time you didn't want our help, and it only pushed us farther apart. And so I decided not to blame myself for not necessarily being there, because it was only so much that I can do. And just like my mom said, like it was only so much that we all could do until you realized it for yourself. I just didn't think that it was going to take that long. I don't know, it's still weird, because in the back of my head, like I know that you are confident in your decision, but it's always just like a scary feeling that you'll change your mind. So I don't know. That's why I'm just so adamant about you just trying to move on and just not responding and things like that.
You know, when things were happening, the first person I did want to call was you, because I knew you would be there for me in the times where he would, you know, things would get bad in certain situations, as in like him pushing me around or like choking me or something. And I just, like, I knew I wanted to call you, but it didn't. But then again, I was kind of scared, because I didn't want, it's like I still cared about him and I didn't want nothing bad to happen to him. But it would get bad, and I would just keep it to myself, or I would tell his mom, but she would just talk to him, and that was it. But it would, you know, he would just, like, I would lie to my mom. Like, she would say, Taylor, what's this on your face or something? I'd just come up with an excuse to why I was there, not telling her what the real reason was, because I didn't want anything bad to happen. It was really hard for me to go through that alone, just trying to keep it to myself so nobody would get hurt, even though something should have been done about it.
Is there any advice that you would be able to give someone in a similar situation?
I would just say to never feel like you are alone. If you have family, if you have someone that, if you have family members that want to be there for you, let them be there for you. If you're getting abused physically, verbally, then you need to tell someone. It's not something that you should keep hidden, because things can end up bad, and you never know what can happen. You could think they can change, but they won't, because somebody who does that obviously doesn't love you. And I had to learn that the hard way. So I just feel as if you are going through a similar situation, get out while you can. Tell somebody, no matter what they say, because I used to preach the same thing to this girl that I was working with, knowing that I was going through what I was going through. And I don't want anybody else to go through what I was going through and not have anybody know.
How do you feel now?
Now I just feel free. I feel like I can do what I want, and I feel like my relationship with everyone in my family is going to get better, since I was pulled away from them so much. And I'm just happy to be out of the situation I was in.
Bring it in. We love you.
Love you too.
Like, I just think that's so amazing that you can have that conversation. I just think you're such a brave and amazing person.
Thank
I'm proud
you.
of you.